Now, between 2008 and 2011, Kenya lost 970 billion shillings to drought situations due to a lack of preparedness and efficient early warning systems. Well, today the country is still incurring losses due to frequent droughts, with arid areas being worst hit. But as the government moves to put in place mitigation measures, the pace is also slowed down by increasing desertification and land degradation, especially in the arid north. Well, now the National Environment Management Authority, that's NEMA, is starting a program to re-green Kenya's deserts as World Day to combat desertification and drought is marked. Mamo Ali with the details.
Kenya is threatened by desertification, land degradation and drought, and suffers a fast-fading forest cover, experiencing desertification despite efforts to reclaim the lost green environment.
Because of climate change issues and aridity of the area, I think desertification is an issue that we really needed to look into as government and ensure that with concerted efforts, with partners on board, with the stakeholder involvement and other lead agencies, we will be able to restore our degraded lands, including Chalbi Desert.
Desertification and land degradation is a global challenge. In Kenya, this degradation has been linked to land use methods in search of food, shelter, and livestock feed.
The government duty is to come up with relevant regulations, land use practices, and laws to ensure that we address the issues of land degradation. But it is us, the citizen, to ensure that we look at the land issues. Like, for example, we have such a pristine environment. But when you come around and cut down trees, remove the vegetation, you are contributing to deforestation. It's us to take action. Government is facilitative, but it is the community to ensure that we restore our ecosystems.
Kenya's asal areas are the most affected and most vulnerable to desertification. Adverse effects of environmental degradation have had destructive effects on pastoralist communities.
Asal areas, including Marsabit, Turkana, have a very fragile ecosystem. And because of the number of the livestock kept by the communities and the practice, I think over time, the production potential of the land is really reduced.
Despite interventions from the government and environmentalists to cut down on logging continues, and there are worries that a time will reach when Kenya's main rivers will dry up, plunging the country into more crisis as there will be an acute shortage of water. Globally, 23% of land is no longer productive due to degradation. Some 75% have been transformed from its natural state, mostly for agriculture. This transformation in land use is happening at a faster rate than at any time in human history and has accelerated over the past 50 years. And with climate change, this transformation is not sustainable.
We no longer depend on rain-fed agriculture because of the climate change issues. I think what we need to do is to look at those asal areas as potential areas where we can do irrigation, massive irrigation. Because like 70% of our country, or more than 70% of the country is asal. But they are very potential in terms of food production if the relevant irrigation techniques can be employed to ensure that we mechanize the irrigation schemes.
The government is shifting its focus to regreening the Chalbi Desert in Marsabit County that hosts 2 deserts in a bid to improve forest cover, as the country loses about 5,000 hectares of forest land each year.
It's possible to change the landscapes. Like, for example, the challenge in most asal areas is drilling of boreholes in those areas. Because if you create a borehole in a community range area, you are likely to attract livestock into that area. And what you create is a localized degradation of that area. And the land productive potential will greatly be reduced. So we as authority, as a member, we are trying to sensitize the local communities that instead of having a number of boreholes in community range areas, we need to create an avenue where these boreholes could be a little bit separated so that you will not converge the livestock in one area, then enhance degradation.
The restoration effort is expected to minimize natural calamities, among other benefits. Mamo Ali, ANTV.